But being accepted by everyone else in the world is not going to mean anything if you don't accept yourself first. You're not going to really be able to feel that love completely coming from other people until you feel that love for yourself. Hello beautiful light beings, my name is Monica and thank you so much for clicking on this video and spending some time with me today. So today's video is going to be about the true meaning of self-love. So randomly this morning as I was waking up, I had a thought come to me, and the thought was, self-love is self-acceptance. I'm not really sure why I was thinking about this because I haven't particularly been thinking about what self-love is. I have spoken a little bit on it in my self-care routine video, if you've seen that one, and I basically just say that, taking care of yourself is self-love, and it definitely is a form of self-love, and it's very important. And by taking care of yourself, I mean physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Just a few examples I think I gave was just resting when you feel you need to, meditating, exercising, getting your body moving, eating healthy, lots of fresh whole plant-based foods that come from Mother Earth, getting your nails done, getting your hair done, whatever it is that makes you feel like you're taken care of, kind of pamper yourself, or just spend some time in nature. It doesn't have to be anything that girly. So I did touch on that. So now I want to talk more about self-acceptance, because when I had this thought, I had to think, really, what is self-acceptance? I'm not really sure. So I had to think about it. And after that, the first memory I had was with my husband and how he loves me, flaws and all. It's not like he loves me despite my flaws. It's like he loves me with my flaws. And even to the point where a lot of what I consider flaws or less desirable traits, he finds adorable. Like, he just finds them so cute. And I didn't understand. I was like, I don't like that about myself. How could you possibly like that about me? There's no way you could actually like that about me. For instance, I remember there was a time that I woke up on the weekend and I threw kind of a little bit of a fit because I really wanted pancakes, but I was feeling too lazy to make them, and I was feeling too lazy to drive anywhere to get them. And so I remember my husband just looked at me and smiled, and he was just like, "You were so cute." He was like, "I will go make you pancakes." He's like, "I never made them before in my life from scratch, but I'm going to look up a recipe on the internet and I'm going to whip you up some." And he was just so sweet and loving about it. And as I was throwing that fit, I was thinking, oh my goodness, he's gonna think, wow, she's so annoying, I don't want to be around her, why is she being so difficult? She can just go get some pancakes, it's not a big deal. I have a lot of times like that I can think of over the last 7 years where he's just been nothing but sweet and loving when I'm having a hard time, or even if it's something as small as pancakes. Like, come on, it's not a big deal. But yeah, I just think about how much he accepts me and loves me for who I am. So I started to think about, well, why was it so difficult for me to accept and love who I am when I was going through that really difficult time when I was depressed, probably about a couple years ago now. But since then, over the last 2 years, I have really come to love myself. And I didn't really know why, or I wasn't able to explain why. I just all of a sudden it seemed like love myself overnight. It wasn't overnight. It was definitely a process. And I realized the reason why I didn't feel like I could love myself then was because I couldn't accept where I was at in life. I couldn't accept that I didn't have a job. I couldn't accept all of the things that I had done in the past, because depression really puts you in the past a lot of times. I couldn't accept where I was presently. I couldn't accept the fact that I was relying on my husband for everything when I had been such an independent person my entire life. And if you know anything about the law of attraction, then you know that like attracts like, and that includes our thoughts. So if you're thinking a negative thought for, let's say, I don't know, 17 seconds even, and then you attract another like thought that's negative that makes you feel bad. For instance, if you're like, wow, why did I do that? I am such a loser. Gosh, what's wrong with me? I'm so stupid. Like, you just keep having those thoughts that keep attracting more negative thoughts. And so that's where I was kind of in this downward spiral of just negativity and self-hate. So now as time is progressing and the days are going on, each day I have been finding, I guess even subconsciously, new ways to accept things about myself. I'm accepting things that I've accomplished, that I haven't accomplished, mistakes I felt like I made in my life. I could look back on a mistake and feel guilty about it forever, like literally never stop feeling guilty about it. It'll just keep popping up in my mind randomly over time, over years. And I'm like, oh, I feel so bad. Like, I shouldn't have said that to that person. I shouldn't have had a falling out with that friend. You know, just all these things. And it just made me feel worse about myself and then have more of that, like, hate for myself. And now I look back on things that I feel like may have been a mistake. And now I think I'm so grateful that happened, because I learned something from it and I grew from it. I believe we all came down here on earth for expansion and growth. If we all came down here just to be perfect, we wouldn't learn anything and we wouldn't grow and we wouldn't expand. And that's why we live in the world of duality, especially in the 3D, where there's love, hate, light, dark, that sort of thing, where there's what seems like two opposite things. And in order sometimes to know what love feels like, sometimes we have to experience what hate feels like. As odd as that sounds. But it's like you can't know what the color black is until you know what the color white is, and vice versa. You need something to compare and contrast to. So that's why I don't regret anything anymore. I am very happy for everything that's happened in my life, and I know that it was meant to happen like that, and I'm exactly where I need to be in this moment. So I don't have to feel anxious about the future, and what if I don't get all the things that I'm wanting and I'm desiring, and what if I don't live the life that I feel like I should be living, because I can accept that I am where I am right now, and that's a good thing. And for me, self-acceptance is more than just skin deep. It's not just accepting what your body looks like, or what your hair, or your, I don't know, your nose, or whatever it is that, you know, people like to change when they can with plastic surgery. I'm talking on a much deeper level. So basically, I have come to love myself, and I grow to love myself even more every single day by accepting myself. You know, a lot of us go through this life and we try so hard to be like everyone else, and we compare ourselves to everyone else, and we try to do everything that other people are doing so we can seem normal, so that we can fit into society, so that we can be accepted by everybody else. But being accepted by everyone else in the world is not going to mean anything if you don't accept yourself first. You're not going to really be able to feel that love completely coming from other people until you feel that love for yourself. So my challenge for you is set the intention every day to figure out what you can do to accept yourself more. You can do that by, when you first wake up in the morning, just say, how can I accept myself more? That is my intention for today. And the universe will show you ways and bring you opportunities to accept yourself. And I invite you to practice being more conscious of when you're not being true to your authentic self. A lot of times we'll go out and do things such as drinking a lot, for example, or partying or going to clubs, but that doesn't really feel true to ourselves. I know I was definitely in that position, and I'm glad that I'm not doing those things anymore just to feel accepted by other people. Because when you don't accept yourself, you really do look for the outside world to accept you. And since this is a reflective universe with the law of attraction, if you feel like you accept and love yourself inside, you're going to find other people who genuinely accept you and love you with your uniqueness, with your personality, not because you're trying to be just like them or be like someone else. So that's all I have for today. I hope that this message has hopefully given you some insight on self-love and what it means, and I just really, really would love to see more people in the world just truly embracing their authentic selves, because we need those people. Conforming to being like everyone else, to being normal, is extremely boring, and it's not who we came down here to be. We came down here to be ourselves and to be free to be ourselves. And that in itself is a beautiful journey, and I'm loving being on it, and I'm always excited to see how I can progress and how I can just better myself in every way. Not that saying that there's anything particularly wrong with me, it's just always nice, like I said, to grow and to change and to flourish. I hope you're having an extremely wonderful day or night, and I will see you in my next video. So until then, bye.